Making the Invisible Visible, Black Women 365 Days of the Year. Each day will spotlight a remarkable woman whose story has shaped Black, British or global diasporic history. Women whose achievements are too often overlooked. Through these daily short films, we create a living, breathing archive of leadership, creativity, resistance and legacy. Let's begin.
Right, so I'm Carolyn Turner. I was born and brought up in Leicester. I was a nurse for many years at the Royal Infirmary. I worked in theatres, and then I went to the Women's Hospital. I'm a mother of 4 children, and I spend a lot of my time doing a lot of charity work. I think everything for me has centred down from my nursing past. I think you leave nursing, but nursing never leaves you. And I do feel that everything I kind of do has stemmed from that in a caring sort of perspective. So getting involved in the charity initially was for myself to understand my condition. But very quickly I wanted to help others. And I could see that there was a gap. There were lots of other charities out there, but there were a lot of people that had neurological problems that once they'd been seen after their surgery had nowhere to go. And I felt that being involved as somebody who'd already suffered from a neurological condition was really important. They weren't just speaking to somebody that understood or thought they understood. They were speaking to a fellow sufferer. I've always loved writing and I've always loved poetry, but I think once I left school and college and life gets in the way, things kind of go on the back burner. And it was through the charity actually. They were running what was called, we were the pilot group for neurocreatives, and it was to get you to put your condition to one side and to focus on something else. And I really enjoyed the group. I wasn't in a good place after my surgery. It left lots of problems that I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. And that adjustment was quite difficult. So that was one of the impetus that got me involved with the neurocreatives. And I met a wonderful girl there I still work with now, Pauline, and she was really into poetry and she'd already written a book. And I'm quite competitive and it got me back into writing. I've always read, but it got me back into writing again and writing about how I felt, and what I'd lost, but what was it that I could gain from it. And that took off really, and I started going to poetry events and built up the courage to recite one of my poems, and that was it. I found my tribe, I found my group, and I've been doing it ever since. I encourage people of colour, because especially women, because I think women think that's okay when you're at university or you're in your 20s and you've got something to chant about, whether it's politics or what have you, but a woman of a certain age, as far as they can see it, and I hate that quotation, what has she got to offer? So I'm out there chanting for women in their 60s, 70s, however old you are, you've got something to bring. Actually, I think you've got more to bring. You've been through those tidal wave of relationships and careers and all the rest of it. You've seen all that. And I think you've got a lot to bring to the table. So, I'm very much encouraging that.
Thank you for joining us for today's story. Making the Invisible Visible is our commitment to ensuring that Black women's histories and contributions are recognised, valued and kept in daily circulation. Across 2026, we will continue to share these powerful narratives, 365 days of impact, brilliance and inspiration. Stay connected, join the conversation and help us champion the women whose journeys continue to shape our world. I'm Paulette Brooks and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next story.